Hi volunteer coordinators, my name is Jessica Walter and I am our program coordinator here at Rebuilding Together Silicon Valley. Today I will be walking you through how to work with Salesforce for our upcoming Rebuilding Day. Soon you will be getting an email from us with your project assignment. Included in that information will be a link to your own personal Salesforce website where you will direct volunteers to sign up at. We will first go over what it looks like for your volunteers to sign up, and then we'll go over how to pull a list of your volunteers who have signed up. So this is a sample website that you will be getting where you will direct your volunteers to sign up. Let's go over what is all included here. First, we have your sponsor group or name. This is important because it links your volunteers to you. If somebody is having trouble signing up, it is likely because they are signing up for the wrong group. Right under that is a link that takes you to another web page that has an in-depth information about your project. This letter describes what we will be doing on Rebuilding Day, invites volunteers to check out and join our Facebook event, informs the volunteers what sponsor they are signing up with, and gives a brief summary about the homeowner or nonprofit they will be working on Rebuilding Day. Down below, it also lists your project leaders, how to identify them, and what scope of work will likely be happening. At the very bottom, you'll see the date, time, and address of your project listed again. And we will also have parking information, recommended clothing to wear, as well as recommended items to bring. This document essentially answers any questions your volunteers could ask. You can feel free to take the information from here and distribute it to your volunteers as you'd like. So, going back to where the volunteers sign up, you will see that this page also shows the address of where the work will be done on Rebuilding Day. Notice that we will also have a link to our volunteer waiver. Every volunteer must read this because once they sign up, they will check a box that means they agree to its terms and conditions. Right below that is the link for them to sign up in blue. Volunteers will click this link and fill out all of the necessary information, and then they will be all signed up. One thing that people have had issues with in the past is getting the non-construction skills or hand tools or landscaping tools from the available section into the chosen section. So if they're having an issue with this, just make sure that people are double clicking on that or clicking the arrow that shows up in the middle on some computers, and that will take it over to the chosen side. We will have you all go through this process too so that you can answer any questions your volunteers have about signing up. So once you start getting some volunteers signed up, you may want to pull a list to see who you still need to reach out to. On our end, we will have to confirm every volunteer that signs up before you're able to see them on your roster. It'll take us about a day to confirm them and for them to show up on your roster. This part requires some patience, but we will walk through it together right now, and then I will send you an email with the steps listed clearly. The first thing you have to do is make sure you've signed up yourself. You won't be able to pull the list until you are signed up as a volunteer. So follow the steps I laid out earlier and get yourself signed up for your job. Once you know that you are signed up, you can now pull the list. The first step is finding the link that we sent you to send out to volunteers. Again, it will take you here. At the top of the page, you will notice a menu going horizontally. Click on Volunteer Roster on the right end. Once here, you will fill in your first and last name and your email and click Send. You will notice a message pops up at the bottom that shows your information has gone through. Here is where it gets tricky. You will then have to check your email and find the one that is from Salesforce titled Your Blank Volunteer Information. In the email, there is a link that says Volunteer Information. Click on that link. And it will take you back to the Volunteer Center. Find the volunteer roster at the top right horizontal menu again and click on it. Here you can see that it says projects and below lists the campaign that you will be working on. There are now two options you have to see your roster. The first one on the left says View Roster. If you click View Roster, it will show you the basic details about who has signed up. You can see their name, phone number, email, and emergency contact information. You may be wanting to see their skills and if they have a pickup truck though. So in order to see more detailed information, you will have to scroll back up and click on Send Roster CSV Email. This will cause a pop-up to say Email Sent, and then you will have to go back to your email to download the list. This list is much more detailed and shows a lot more information. So you will be able to see their name, their phone number, email, age, emergency contact information, but you'll also see their t-shirt size, their construction experience in a few different categories, as well as any tools that they can bring. This will be helpful once we get closer to rebuilding day and you guys are trying to figure out teams for your volunteers to be on. And there you go. Now you have a list of all of your volunteers, their skills, and can appropriately figure out what teams you should have. I will email out a how-to for pulling this list so you have it, but also feel free to return to this video at any time. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope this makes your experience as a volunteer coordinator go a little bit smoother this rebuilding day.